everybody, I'm the Midwest Moose, and today we're working on a race car. Let's go. All right. Hi guys, I'm the Midwest Moose. Today we're making core supports. This is what's gonna go right here on this tab, which holds up the fender. So I need to make something that bolts to here with a strut that comes down and bolts to something here. Do that on both sides, and then have room to put a crossbar once the motor's in. That's all bolted. This is just my horrible little setup right now to keep everything up and where I need it to keep our gaps correct on both sides. I've used a washer, tack that in to maintain our gaps on both sides. I'm kind of in a weird spot right now because I don't have hood hinges, and so I don't know if it's going to be a tilt front end or run without the hood or have the hood just removable. The hinge is like $600, and I spent $1,000 on the whole car to get it, so I'm not going to spend $600 on something like that. So next we got to deburr these plates that I'm cutting up, and I get to use one of these. This was purchased by people that donated to my Patreon. I took the money and I bought, you know, I decided to treat myself. See how this electric one works over air. Yeah, I like it. I love the portability of it. Nice little tool. So now we got two support plates. Let's see what kind of geometry we got to do from there. Thank you to my Patreon people. I do appreciate what you're doing for me, and hopefully we can together build something really cool. Anyway, let's get on to the core support. So this is what I've got so far in the car. I didn't film a whole lot because it's just pretty simple stuff. I made some new front body mounts. They're weight saving, you know, very cut down, very bare bones. I painted it, just the firewall, just to get a little bit of a idea of what's going on. I cut a hole in the transmission tunnel because I needed to fit the shifter through. Get that all fitted up in the engine. This, by the way, is a Chevy 350 with a SM 465 4-speed. I realize this is like a horrible combination for drag racing. It's good enough to where we can do a shakedown run on the car this summer and kind of learn what we need to improve suspension-wise, chassis-wise, stuff like that. This is not a race engine. Nor was it ever intended to be. This is just something to get me on the road. So what I'm doing right now is I put my motor mounts in. They're not even welded, they're bolted on the underside, and I put clamps, they were on the outside originally, and I installed the motor. Let me see if I got a clip here, I'll put it here. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. So I went and got some headers off of Facebook Marketplace. Good old. We found these about an hour and a half away from me. $200 for the set. I like them. They look cool. They fit within the fender well. They dump where they should. Kind of wish they came down a little bit, but for a first set, I think I'm not going to complain too much. Just want to do a quick mock-up with the fender, make sure everything's good there. I didn't really get too far with flushing the rest of this bracket out here when it comes to the fender support, because I'm thinking about maybe doing it like a tilt. Like this first bolt will be the only one there. Tie both sides together with a crossbar and have it to where it just tilts the whole hood and everything, the fenders, the whole shebang, up and out. And like old school, you know, like old school gasser, just tilt up. And then we just hood pin it. Hood pin it over here, or maybe even use these bolt locations as locks, like just do like a hitch pin and make sure it'll stay down, as well as hit hood pins. So that's probably where the old fender used to be. Yeah, I'm gonna work on gap, but that's the bottom of the barrel right now. So right now what I gotta do is I gotta find some firewood. I'm out of firewood. I'm living off of the damn kerosene burner. That's no good, that gets expensive. So what I'm getting lost. What I gotta do, this is the transmission cross member. I gotta either chop this up and put my stuff in there, my bracketry, or make a whole new assembly. So under there, we're just held up with a jack, obviously. I need to figure out something. So let's do that. Like I said, I didn't do a whole bunch of filming on that stuff. It's super simple. I just put the motor in. I took out the old transmission cross member, which is, I should have prepped this before I started filming, but oh, I was walking right next to it. So this is what I've got. It's cold outside, guys. It's like 7 degrees out. This is the old transmission cross member with the factory mount locations and everything like that. I would like to use a lot of this if I can when I do it, but the problem is with this was a motor that wasn't even invented yet, the Chevy 350. I think it was invented in 1968. This is a 54, so we got to do a little hacking and chopping and splicing and shit like that, which I don't know if you know that about me. I kind of like that. So to do that, and I hate fabbing and fucking around on my back, I don't have a lift in the car or the garage, obviously. So I'm gonna take the body off the car. We're doing this like really shade tree, guys. This is not, we're doing it like they would have done back in the 50s and 60s. A guy putting together a car in his garage. Okay, so I got it lifted, not perfect, but it's super easy to change the height. Easy. Ooh. All right. Okay. For one brief shining moment, the car was looking like a car. Here's a picture of it if you haven't seen it. It's been so damn cold. I'm out of firewood. I cut some pallets up from work, at least get me by. Next year we're getting gas in the garage. That's what we're doing. Anyway, or this spring, that's what the plan is. Anyway, let's get this fucked off and then pull out the big old pallet, the jacks on, or the pallet with the casters on it. Put this some bitch down and put it somewhere safe. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. All clean. So while I'm sitting here underneath my Widowmaker, I just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for all the subscriptions, all the views and stuff and comments. It's super cool. I really appreciate it. So just thanks. Spread the word. I've made some stickers up. Here's the proof of it. I'm not quite sure how to distribute it to you guys, and they're going to be cheap, like $1, $2 or something. But if you're interested, hit me up, leave a message, see if you want, and I might put something together to have you guys be able to buy them, because right now it's just friends and family got them, and I'd like to reach out to people from, all around the world. Anyway, I'm gonna get underneath out from under my Widowmaker and make some stuff.